The sun beat down on the Utah ranch. A rancher, calloused hands gripping his Stetson, walked through the tall grass. He was checking on his herd. Suddenly, he stopped. In the middle of the pasture, a cow lay dead. The rancher rushed over, heart pounding. He knelt beside the animal, his brow furrowed in confusion. There were no marks, no signs of struggle. It was as if the cow had simply dropped dead. A shiver ran down his spine. This was no ordinary death. Days turned into weeks. The rancher couldn't shake off the feeling of unease. The image of the lifeless cow haunted his dreams. Maybe it was a disease, a sudden illness. But deep down, a primal fear whispered a different story. Whispers of the dead cow spread through the small community. People exchanged worried glances. They were about to face a terror they could not understand. The rancher wasn't the only one experiencing strange occurrences. Others in the area reported unusual events. Their animals were acting strangely, shying away from certain parts of the pasture. There were whispers of strange lights in the sky at night. Then, it happened again. Another cow was found dead. The animal was mutilated, its flesh torn and twisted in a way that chilled the blood. The precision of the cuts was unnerving. Fear now had a firm grip on the community. Ranchers gathered, their faces grim, their words tight with worry. The local veterinarian was called in to examine the remains. He had never seen anything like it. More livestock turned up dead in the following days. Each death was more horrific than the last. The mutilations became more grotesque, the terror more palpable. The once peaceful valley was now shrouded in a veil of fear. Ranchers, armed and wary, patrolled their land. They scanned the skies, their eyes searching for any sign of the unknown. Sleep offered little respite, haunted by nightmares of blood and shadow. Rumors of ancient Indian burial grounds surfaced. Legends of skinwalkers, malevolent shape-shifting creatures, spread like wildfire. The authorities were called in, but their investigations yielded no answers. The FBI, despite their resources and expertise, were left baffled. The evidence pointed to something beyond human comprehension. As if the gruesome discoveries weren't enough, another element was added to the growing horror. Strange lights began to appear in the night sky above the ranch. They were unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. These lights moved with an eerie, unnatural fluidity. They darted and danced across the sky, changing color from a sinister red to a chilling blue. The ranchers, their nerves already on edge, watched these aerial displays with a mixture of awe and terror. One night, a group of ranchers huddled around a campfire witnessed a particularly chilling display. A large orb-like light descended from the sky, hovering silently above the tree line. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the light vanished, leaving behind a chilling silence and a group of terrified men. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut with a knife. The ranchers, their faces etched with fear and exhaustion, were at their wits' end. They had no answers, no explanation for the horrors that plagued their land. Then, the unthinkable happened. One of the ranchers vanished without a trace. He was a seasoned outdoorsman, familiar with the land and its dangers. His truck was found abandoned near the edge of the property, the driver's side door wide open, as if he had left in a hurry. A search party was immediately formed. They combed through the vast expanse of the ranch, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. But their efforts were in vain. There was no sign of the missing rancher, no trace, no clue. The disappearance sent shockwaves through the community. The sheriff, a man hardened by years of dealing with the worst humanity had to offer, was visibly shaken. Desperate for answers, some locals turned to the history books. They uncovered stories of the Ute tribe, who once inhabited the land. The Ute elders spoke of a place where the veil between this world and the next was thin, a place they called Skinwalker Ranch. According to the legends, skinwalkers were malevolent creatures, witches who could take the form of any animal. The stories, once dismissed as mere folklore, now took on a chilling significance. The ranchers, armed with shotguns and a newfound fear, continued to patrol their land. The stories of the Skinwalkers were as old as time itself. They spoke of powerful shamans who had abused their abilities, who had strayed from the path of good and embraced the darkness. Their souls, twisted and corrupted, were forever bound to the land, free to roam as creatures of nightmares. It was said that the Skinwalkers craved chaos and fear, that they fed on the terror of the living. The ranchers, once skeptical of such tales, now found themselves caught in a web of fear and superstition. Every shadow seemed to hold a threat, every rustle of leaves sent shivers down their spines. The land, once a source of life and sustenance, now felt alien, hostile, a place where darkness reigned supreme. They were trapped in a nightmare, hunted by something they couldn't understand. The strange events at Skinwalker Ranch continued to baffle investigators. The FBI, called in to investigate the strange occurrences, were left scratching their heads. Their instruments malfunctioned. Cameras captured unexplainable anomalies. Even seasoned agents, accustomed to dealing with the dark side of humanity, were left shaken by their experiences at Skinwalker Ranch. They reported feeling a constant sense of dread, of being watched by unseen eyes. Some even claimed to have encountered strange creatures, their descriptions eerily similar to the legends of the Skinwalkers. Theories ranged from secret government experiments to extraterrestrial activity, but none of them could fully explain the bizarre events that plagued the ranch. The more they investigated, the more questions arose. Despite numerous investigations, the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch remain elusive. Researchers from various fields have descended upon the property, armed with the latest technology, hoping to shed light on the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface. Yet, the answers remain just out of reach. Instruments designed to measure electromagnetic fluctuations go haywire, their needles dancing erratically. Cameras capture fleeting glimpses of strange creatures, their forms shifting and distorting, always just out of focus. The land seems to resist their attempts to understand it, guarding its secrets jealously. Witnesses report seeing strange lights in the sky, objects that move with impossible speed and agility. The more they learn, the less they seem to know. Today, Skinwalker Ranch remains a place of mystery and intrigue. Tourists flock to its borders, hoping to catch a glimpse of the unexplained. Researchers continue to study the land, their curiosity fueled by the tantalizing possibility of uncovering the truth. But the ranch holds its secrets close, refusing to give them up easily. Tales of strange lights, unexplained disappearances, and terrifying creatures keep the legend of Skinwalker Ranch alive. The land remains a place of shadows and whispers, a place where the veil between this world and the next seems perilously thin. Whether you believe in the paranormal or dismiss it as mere superstition, there is no denying that Skinwalker Ranch is a place like no other. It is a place that challenges our understanding of the world, forcing us to confront the unknown. The true terror of Skinwalker Ranch lies not in the strange occurrences themselves, but in the profound sense of unease they evoke. It is the realization that there are forces at work in the universe that we may never fully comprehend, forces that can toy with our perceptions and challenge our sanity. It is the chilling reminder that we are not alone in this vast cosmos, that there may be things lurking in the shadows, watching us, waiting for the opportune moment to reveal themselves. It is a fear that strikes at the very core of our being, a fear that whispers of our own insignificance in the face of the unknown. The stories of Skinwalker Ranch serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder that there are some places in this world where it is best not to tread. Places where the veil between reality and nightmare is thin, where the forces of darkness hold sway. And so, the legend of Skinwalker Ranch lives on, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved, some doors best left unopened. For to delve too deeply into the unknown is to risk unleashing terrors that we cannot hope to control.